All right, how's it going, everybody? Drew Peoples from Peoples Collectibles here. Today we've got one of these Charizard EX Super Premium Collection boxes. I actually bought these on Amazon weeks back. They had one of their sales, and like can order a maximum of 3 kind of thing. And I bought it, forgot about it because it said it wouldn't be here for ages. And they finally came in, and I decided, why, you know, don't crack all 3 of them. Be a little bit, more pragmatic about it. So instead, I'm opening up this one. You can see there's quite a bit of creasing here and here, which I mean, it's not like a serious thing in terms of the like pack quality or anything like that. But if you want to keep this sealed, obviously, then it's going to deter collectors obviously having damage on the sealed product like that. So the other 2 boxes, the ones that looked better and didn't have any kind of deficiencies like this or anything, one of them I'm keeping for myself to keep sealed, and we will see how long that goes. And then the other one I'm giving to a buddy for his birthday. So the idea is to hold the sealed one long enough that I can sell it and make some kind of profit just from that one box, which I mean, it's for sure possible. It's I think back to the 151 premium collections, and it was less than 18 months ago. All right, though, I was able to get them on Walmart.com for essentially nothing. Not 80, 90 bucks. All right, so not literally nothing, but compared to the current prices, yeah, basically nothing. So we have our Charizard here. I'm gonna keep him in this thing for now. Like I said, I already have one of these, so I'm not really trying to have more than one, but I do want to crack some packs and see what's up. So like I said, we are gonna crack one of these today, and then that other one, hopefully hold on to it long enough. But back to the other point about the 151 collection is, with that 80, 90 bucks, what are those now? Like close to 300. And again, that was like 18 months ago, less than 18 months ago. That would have been, I think the last time I got a box for that price, yeah, it would have been March or April 2024, right? So barely over a year prior. And I got at least like 10 of them, right? So imagine if I would have just kept 3 of them sealed, right? That alone would have almost recouped, the money that I spent on all 10, on top of everything that I would have pulled from those 7 other boxes. On top of, I mean, the play mats and the promos and all that. I mean, it's that stuff alone. So let's say you cracked it, but you kept everything, right? Like the play mat and the promo cards inside, like those promos and like the play mat. Here's actually at speed of the play. There's the play mat from that 151. But yeah, that alone, if you sell that, you almost recoup the money if you would have spent 90, 100 bucks after tax on one of those things. So anyway, yes, sealed product important, but cracking packs also fun. But with this Charizard thing, for example, so 50 bucks before tax, we got 10 packs. So essentially, we're saying $5 a pack, which is kind of the new MSRP 4 packs, right? They haven't officially said that or nothing, but I mean, it is kind of what it is. You can still get them for $4.50 at like Dollar General and shit like that. But by and large, all right, we're starting off somewhat strong. I mean, not Scissor, I know, is a good illustration. Rare Cleffa's done pretty well for himself. Now, I haven't really looked at the Pokemon card market. Not that Scissor, sorry, buddy. Really much recently, just because I haven't been cracking packs. I haven't really been dealing with eBay. And in the middle of a move and then work and then other side work and such yet. So haven't been really keeping on top of this stuff. But I mean, Larvitar is always a good time. That's at least an illustration where I'm like, it's probably worth at least $5, maybe even more. In some ways, you never know. I mean, think about like Drowsy from Scarlet and Violet Days. It's a cool looking card, but again, what's the current price? Like, I want to say it got up to like 40 or 50, or was that the Slowpoke? I can't remember, but the Drowsy started doing real well for itself. And even though the art's cool and everything, Drowsy's not really one of those characters that you think, oh yeah, put him on a card and that card's going to do really well for itself. All right. And we got a Zard. Oh, and nope, nope. Not today. Not today. All right. Rift in that Paradox. And it's a decent spread of packs here. Now, obviously, more Twilight Masquerade would be cool, but you got Scarlet and Violet 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So a lot of the core sets of the Scarlet Violet era, which I guess is ending soon, right? Because they're doing Legends, or does Legends not count? Does Legends count? Because I mean, Legends Arceus I know wouldn't have counted. But, actually, I don't know. Is Legends the next gen? Was Arceus a new gen? See, I still have yet to play the Legends Arceus game. But, I mean, my understanding is it's more of like a standalone thing, more so than its own core game. All right, we got Militech, Gligar, and Roaring Moon EX for the double rare. I mean, this guy was a lot more exciting before, and also I had gotten quite a few of the EX boxes when they were a decent price on Amazon. But still a cool card. So if you haven't seen him, Roaring Moon EX, an ancient basic Pokemon, dark, 230 HP for 2 dark and a colorless, frenzied gouging. Knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. If your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out in this way, this Pokemon does 200 damage to itself. And then Calamity Storm, 100, and for the same cost, 2 dark and a colorless. Why is it blurring? All right, there we go. I guess if I have to hold it here. That's still kind of blurring a little. That's weird. Well, you may discard a stadium in play. If you do, this attack does 120 more damage. All right, good times, good times. Militech, you can hang out over here. All right, nothing crazy yet. Now, sadly, now that we've moved on to Temporal Forces, the pull rate for a special illustration rare is a lot harder now. One in like 80 something, and there's not really any in here that justify that price necessarily, but there are plenty of good illustration rares from this set. So if you try to get one of those, Fluttermane and Fluttermane. All right, Flutter on Fluttermane. I gotcha. Let's look at the difference real quick between the hollow and the reverse hollow. So yeah, it can sometimes be hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, obviously it's in the text box there. Okay, it's really, listen, when I'm holding them side by side, it's a lot harder to tell, all right? Look, because that's what it is. There's like a blemish in that, right? That's what it is. Whereas with this, it's just hollow all around. And with this, it's not really like hollow there, but look, yeah, there's like a blemish of hollow in that ancient part down here in the text box. So I think that's definitely what confuses me so. But again, it's one of those things like when you hold them side by side, it's very easy. Same thing if you know anything like about the Shadowless, the Fox first edition from base set, where the coloring is slightly different on those cards. I remember I had quite a few, and I mean this is back in like 2020, but when I had looked through my old collection, like I had 4 or 5 Shadowless Pikachus, which I wish I would have kept them. But I was a Timmy. I was a dumb fucking Timmy. Aren't we all? All right, let's get a Greninja. Timmy needs a Greninja. Chansey. And all right. I mean, it's an ultra rare. I pose. Hassle. I know. I think I have this exact ultra rare already, so not super psyched about that. But I mean, obviously more happy about that than just some bulk rare shit. Okay. Let's hope this is the one, folks. This is the one. It's gonna turn everything around. And around we go. We got a Leafy on. But I like that Leafy on. Okay. Squirtle, Bulbasaur, IR for the redemption here. Otherwise, get fucked. Oh, okay. Crabominable. That Slowpoke is super fucking cute. He's going aside. Crabominable. Alright, so we got another illustration rare. Not the Squirtle or Bulbasaur that we were looking for. But as my motto goes, you know, illustration rare is still an illustration rare. And just like in the case of Drowsy there, you never know about these cards, man. You really don't. You know, and there's quite a few here and there that have been like, might as well sell this for like $5 or something, right? And then it goes up to like 15 or 20, and it's like, wow, what a fucking dumbass. But you never know. But illustration rares are always good to keep around. You never know what the market's gonna do. Okay. Let's hope for something nice here. Hoping for something nice. All right, magic fingers. And not a nice, all right. Not a nice at all. But, I mean, by and large, though, nothing crazy, but we got an ultra rare, a double rare, and 2 illustration rares, right? So, I mean, we got 2 1 in 12s, a 1 in 16, and a 1 in 8 out of 10 packs. So, probability-wise, this looks good, but of course, as we know, what really matters is getting the specific, you know, big kind of hits, right? The Squirtle Bulbasaur IR for Stellar Crown, the, you know, Greninja SIR from Twilight, that kind of thing. But still, this was fun, and it's even more fun the fact that I'm actually, you know, keeping some stuff. Actually, I have my little bookshelf here. Let's go. Yeah, just a bunch of random stuff from some little boxes here and there. A mouse that I'm actually, why the fuck did I leave that mouse there? It doesn't make any sense. So a few magic boxes, and there we go. There he is. Let's zoom in on him. Yeah, and a starter deck that I never used for whatever reason. But yeah, there we go. There's the box that I'm keeping, and like I said, I got the other one packed away, giving it to a buddy for his birthday. But yeah, buddy, you're going to recoup that money that I just lost eventually. That's the plan, man. And yeah, that's I think it's an exciting thing to you know, get these cards. We're not crack every fucking pack immediately. And you never know. I mean, I've done it with Magic before, where I've, you know, bought boxes to sit on them, and then I get to a point where I'm like, all right, I know this is dumb, but I really like this set. I really want to crack these packs, man. So we'll see. But I'm holding out to actually, you know, keep that sealed and, you know, wait for it to rise, because I mean, those Charizard boxes, when they're not prevalent and everywhere, they're going to be a lot more sought after, just like the Mew boxes. And that's kind of part of the reason I brought out the Mew playmat in a way, I guess, kind of unconsciously, really, though. But really the exact same concept there, right? It was fun cracking those packs, but it would have been even more fun if I would have just put a few of those aside and just held off, and my God, would it be worth it? Because at $300, even pulling a fucking Charizard isn't, you know, doesn't justify opening those packs. You know, it'd be very hard to beat it, you know, with the sealed products worth at that point. And that makes sense when a product's much older, but again, something like that, like it was, you know, not even a year and a half ago that I was buying those boxes, you know, 80 or 90 bucks on clearance. And it wasn't just Walmart selling them on clearance, it was fucking everywhere. And now they're not as, you know, widespread. And I think the same thing with the Charizard box, because they're pricey for what they are. Because, you know, even at that discount, $5 a pack is basically MSRP, depending on what's said. And there's a lot to go into with that. But anyway, point being, yeah, gonna keep looking out for deals and trying to keep some sealed stuff. And as I add to the shelf, we'll see what happens. All right, catch you next time.